In the busy streets of Ibadan, where people judge you first by your shoes and phone, Kunle moved quietly like someone that did not matter. His slippers were old. His shirt had faded lines that showed too many washes. Most people passed him without looking twice. Kunle liked it that way. Every evening, he sat at the same roadside bar, sipping sachet water while others drank beer. He listened to men complain about money, government, and bad luck. Musa, the loudest among them, always laughed at Kunle. "Brothers, life done hard for you. You know they upgrade at all," Musa would joke. Kunle only smiled. What nobody there knew was that Kunle Adeyemi controlled businesses worth billions of naira. Oil services, real estate, foreign investments. Money flowed into his accounts daily, even while he sat on that wooden bench like a struggling man. But Kunle was not acting for fun. He was hiding. Money had taught him painful lessons. He had seen friends turn enemies overnight. He had seen women smile for cameras and disappear when cash stopped flowing. He had watched his own father die lonely, surrounded by wealth but starved of genuine love. Kunle feared one thing more than poverty: fake love. That fear pushed him to do something most people would call madness. He locked away his real life and chose to live as a poor man. No flashy clothes. No big cars. No special treatment. He wanted to know something very important. Would anyone love him for who he was, not what he had? That question followed him everywhere. And unknowingly, the answer was already walking toward him. Kunle's decision did not come from nowhere. It was born on a quiet night in a hospital room in Lagos. Chief Adeyemi, his father, lay weak on the bed. Machines beeped softly. The powerful man who once commanded rooms full of politicians could barely lift his hand. Kunle sat beside him. "My son," the old man whispered, struggling to speak, "do you know why people fear being poor?" Kunle shook his head. "Because poverty shows the truth," his father said. "When money disappears, people remove their masks." Chief Adeyemi coughed, then continued. "All my life, I was surrounded by people. But when sickness came, I was alone." Those words cut deep. The old man held Kunle's hand tightly. "Hide your wealth one day. Test people. Don't let money choose love for you." That night, Chief Adeyemi died. Kunle inherited everything. Lawyers read wills. Bankers waited. Business partners bowed. But instead of excitement, Kunle felt heavy. He remembered the empty house his father lived in. He remembered women who vanished when there was no more spending. He remembered betrayal disguised as loyalty. So when the lawyer asked him what his next move was, Kunle shocked everyone. "I want a quiet life," he said. "No publicity. No attention." Within months, Kunle disappeared from Lagos society. He sold his luxury cars quietly. He handed company control to trusted managers. Only 2 people knew his real identity. To the world, Kunle Adeyemi was gone. To himself, he was beginning a dangerous experiment, one that would test hearts, including his own. Ibadan welcomed Kunle with noise, dust, and reality. His new room was small. 1 window. 1 thin mattress. Shared bathroom. When rain fell, water sometimes found its way inside. It was nothing like the mansions he grew up in. The first night, Kunle could not sleep. Not because of fear, but because of silence. There was no generator sound. No security men outside. just mosquitoes and distant traffic. In the morning, he joined other men fetching water. Some complained. Some joked. Nobody cared who he was. That was freedom. Kunle learned how to live simply. He learned how to budget 1,000 Nigerian nairas like it was gold. He learned patience. He learned humility. He told people he repaired phones. Sometimes he actually helped fix small things, just to make it believable. Life was not easy, but it was honest. One evening, hunger pushed him to the market. That was when he saw her. Amaka. She stood behind a small vegetable stall, arranging tomatoes carefully. Her dress was simple. Her face showed tiredness, but her eyes were alive. Kunle asked for tomatoes. She smiled and reduced the price without him asking. "You look like someone trying," she said lightly. That sentence stayed with him. They talked. About nothing serious. About the heat. About prices. About life. Kunle walked home smiling. For the first time in years, someone spoke to him without expectation. No respect forced by money. No admiration paid for by status. Just simple human connection. He didn't know it then, but that small moment would change everything. Kunle began visiting Amaka's stall often. Sometimes I buy vegetables. Sometimes just to talk. Amaka never asked deep questions. She didn't pry into his life. When he told her he was struggling, she nodded like someone who understood. "I know how it feels," she once said. "Struggle is not new to me." Slowly, feelings grew. They shared laughter. They shared stories. They shared silence. Kunle tested her without knowing he was doing it. He talked about failure. About fear. About uncertainty. Amaka listened without judgment. One evening, Kunle gathered courage. "I don't have much," he said. "Life may not get easier." Amaka looked at him quietly, then replied, "Peace is better than luxury with tears." Kunle felt hope. He proposed months later with a cheap ring. His heart raced. Amaka said yes. Marriage came quietly. No big celebration. No crowd. Just vows and hope. But reality arrived quickly. Rent increased. Food prices rose. Friends mocked. Pressure mounted. Amaka tried to stay strong, but society was louder. People whispered. People laughed. People compared. Kunle suffered silently. Every insult caught him twice, once as a husband, once as a man hiding the truth. He almost confessed many times. But fear stopped him. Fear that love would change the moment money appeared. And that fear would soon be tested. Marriage tested both of them. Amaka tried. She really did. But constant struggle is a heavy load. Her friends enjoyed comfort. Their husbands provided. Their lives looked easier. At home, Kunle noticed the change. The silence. The sighs. One night, Amaka spoke. "Kunle, are we moving forward at all?" The question hurt. He wanted to scream the truth. He wanted to end the suffering. But he stayed quiet. What Kunle didn't know was that someone else had noticed Amaka's frustration. A man with promises. With money. With attention. When Kunle overheard the conversation, his heart broke. Not because she was leaving. But because the test had ended, and the result was painful, Kunle did not fight. He did not shout. He packed quietly. He left a note. Sometimes love ends not with noise, but with silence. Kunle walked away from the life he built, carrying nothing but lessons. Months later, Abuja glittered. Business leaders gathered. Cameras flashed. Kunle arrived, transformed. Suit. Confidence. Authority. When his name was announced, the room reacted. Amoka froze. Truth stood before her. Amoka cried. She begged. But some doors close forever. Kunle listened quietly. He had his answer. Later, Kunle met Zainab. Simple. Honest. Content. She loved peace more than status. That was enough. Kunle finally understood life. Money reveals character. Hardship exposes truth. Love without conditions is rare. He stopped hiding. But he never forgot the lesson, moral lesson. Money can attract people, but only character keeps them. True love is revealed when there is nothing to gain.